In today's video, I'm going to be showing you my Valentine's Day nails that are done with the kit Falling in Love from Double Dip. And it's got some like really nice warm browns in it, and also like a bluey green, and then some pinks and some reds. So I'm going to be using the pinks and reds in today's video, and I also have a cute little Pepe Le Pew that is painted on there, and there's a little surprise underneath the nails too, which I absolutely love, just the extra little details. I hope you love this design as much as I do, and don't forget to check out all of the Double Dip information in the description box below, and I will see you next time. Bye! So I'm going to start by fitting a nail form onto my nail, which is a little awkward since I have forms on the other four on that hand, but we're going to fit that together, make sure that the tabs underneath are symmetrical and aligned, and then pinch that down so that it's closed up to about the length I want the nail. So just, really pinch those tight. And then I'm going to apply a thin layer of clear acrylic onto the form to kind of transition between my natural nail and the nail form. But as we're doing this, I'm also going to grab a little silver heart glitter, and I'm going to place that down into the exposed clear tip portion of the nail, because then when you flip the nails under, over, you can see the little heart underneath. And that's the little surprise detail that I talked about in the intro that I love. So now we're going to do the ring in the thumbnail with the color Sugar Swizzle, which is 484, and undeniably my favorite color from Double Dip that I have ever used. It is a almost white pink, and it is gorgeous, and it is just so pretty. And it reminds me of my favorite nail polish color that I used all the time when I was about 14. So it's, nostalgic for me. And I've used this color before, and I told you guys the last time I used it, or when I first tried it out, that I was like, you guys, you're going to see me use this a lot. And I haven't used it as much as I was hoping I would, but it is reminding me how much I love it. So after we have that color over both the ring and the thumbnail, I'm going to encapsulate with a layer of clear acrylic, make sure this nail is nice and strong, and I just love the look of a clear encapsulation. So now after that nail has been filed, we're going to be using white and black gel paint to paint our Pepe Le Pew. So I'm going to just start with the white and kind of figure out where, his face is and get all that stuff sort of started. I didn't sketch this, and sometimes you see people that do that. They take a pencil actually, and they sketch in their little designs, and that way actually is a fantastic route if you aren't very confident in your character painting, is to take a pencil and just draw out what you're planning ahead of time. Otherwise, if you just kind of want to wing it, you pick a place to start. Like I started with his, the two white sections on the top of his forehead, and then work your way around. After we have that first white bit done, we're going to cure it and then go to our black gel paint and start filling in our different spots on Pepe Le Pew. So if you guys hear me talking a lot in my videos, you'll hear that I don't really like gel paint, and this feeling is still true. There's no change there, but I find it so much more durable long term in wearing it than acrylic paint is, because it doesn't chip off, and it doesn't, like I said, wear from the tip or anything like acrylic paint does. So more and more I'm trying to use gel paint for durability purposes than the acrylic paint, especially for something where there's a large portion or percentage of the nail painted, like this one, where almost the entire nail is getting a layer of color on top of what the background is. Then the gel paint just seems to last so much better. And especially on clients, I'm trying to do that more because I want my clients' nails to look just as beautiful on day 1 as they did on day 15 as they did on day 1. So gel paint has kind of been my thing I'm reaching for these days. So now after we have that first bit started, we're going to start working on his facial features. And so we're going to do these with black gel paint. And just kind of fill in little bit by little bit. You guys saw me flash cure a second ago. The great thing about flash curing when you're using gel paint partway through is that after you have a section and you're happy with it, if you just flash cure it quick, then if you mess up the next section, you can erase just the part you messed up, and you don't mess up anything else. You don't, remove any gel paint that you were happy with. So that's a great little tip, that every, segment or so, just to flash cure it really quick. And a flash cure flashlight is definitely a handy tool to have for that, because you can just zap it for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and it just is good to go. Otherwise, there's usually a flash cure setting on most LED lamps. So I've got Pepe's little hair on top of his head, and I'm going to work on his tail on the side, kind of fill it in with my white and my black gel paint, and get all those shapes in. The great thing with this design is it really is all white and black. And the reason I say that's a good thing is because it doesn't get confusing. You don't,
get the wrong section on the wrong spot. And because of how old this cartoon is, there's really no shading involved. If you wanted to do more detail and you wanted to shade him in, you certainly could. For me, I decided I didn't really need to do that. So I wanted to just look classic and clean. And I really think that a black and white character does look really clean, and it goes well with any background color just about. And this sugar swizzle that's in the background with that gorgeous icy glitter is just so perfect for this, especially since Pepe is, the romantic king of the cartoon industry. So we're going to flash cure those. I thought that the one eye, this eye that's further away, was a little bit, the lines were a little thick, so you'll see how I fix that in a second. Add more outlines here and there wherever they're needed. Just keep adding details until you're happy with him. And then to fix that little line, I'm going to take a bit more of the white gel paint and just sort of fill in the lines. And as you can see, cleaned it right up. Add a white highlight across his nose so it's nice and shiny. Flash cure again, and then we're going to be adding his pupils. And then after I'm all done with the gel painting on this nail, I'm going to do another full cure. I do full cure periodically, but flash curing has kind of been my mode of operating recently. So now using some white gel paint on my thumbnail, I'm going to be just doing a really simple little lace pattern, and I'm going to start it about a third of the way down my nail or so, flash cure that, tracing or matching kind of the curvature of my proximal fold, and then taking a very thin layer or line of black gel paint, I'm going to go around that first one that I drew in and just trace it and go down and around. And then after I have that without flash curing, so you can kind of draw from that line as far as paint goes, I'm going to be doing a little looped scalloped pattern just going right along that. So I'm getting my lace pattern further and further up my nail towards the proximal fold, and then keep adding those little loops to start out your lace. And now I'm going to flash cure it. So I didn't want to flash cure it before because that would actually create a little bit of height where the scalloped edge touches the black line. You don't need to do that. But then we're going to be adding little white polka dots inside each of those little loop-de-loops. And then we're going to flash cure that once more, but now switching to red gel paint, I'm going to be adding hearts between every other scallop. So I'm not going to do every single one. So there's the first heart, then I'm going to skip a spot, and then I'm going to paint another one. So that gives me 3 hearts on this nail in total. So there's the second one, and then I'm going to do the third one. You could see me for a moment thinking, do I have space for another one? And then I did that. I'm like, nope, I do not. And then between the hearts, I'm going to add a red polka dot just to sort of fill in the gaps, and then cure that nail. And now for the next one, this is the index nail. We're going to be starting with the color Red Velvet 764, and we're going to be sculpting a heart on the nail. So all this, this whole set is very heart-filled and very red and very pink. And to sculpt our heart, we're going to do 1/2 at a time. So you're going to start either side and place down the acrylic and then press it up. So don't set the bead down right where you want the top of the heart to be. Set it down a ways and then push it up to where you want that top line to be. What that's going to do is going to give you very curved, very smooth edges. And then fill in the top of the nail with the color Sugar Swizzle. Make sure that you let that red velvet set and cure completely, or you're going to get smearing like I just did. So wait a little bit longer, probably even like a good 5 minutes. And then file the nail to clean up the edges and make sure that your heart is nicely revealed. And then encapsulate this nail with some clear acrylic to make sure that it is thick enough. After I filed away to reveal those edges, it ended up being very thin, which was expected. So a little bit of clear acrylic cleans that issue up. Now that this nail has been filed and buffed, I'm going to outline the heart with some white gel paint just to clean up those lines and make sure that they are perfect. So now we're going to be using all 3 colors that we're going to be using in this design, which is Expensive Pink, 429, Sugar Swizzle, and Red Velvet. And I'm going to grab a multicolored bead of those 3 colors and do a marbling on my middle nail and my pinky nail. And to do this, you always want to start from the lightest color and work darker when you're grabbing a 2, 3, 4 tone bead. So you're going to start with the Sugar Swizzle, then go to Expensive Pink, and then go to Red Velvet. If you don't, the pigment from the darker color is going to just bleed in. And so you need to kind of, map out what colors you're doing first, second, third. So then encapsulate the nail with a layer of clear acrylic. Once again, make sure it's nice and strong and just protect that beautiful marbling. And then after all these nails have been filed, we're going to apply some jewelry gel right along the proximal fold on the middle and pinky nails just to finish off those ones with the marble. And In a Valentine's Day set that's already got some glitter and the shimmer in it, why not add some crystals, am I right? So after you have the jewelry gel placed, we're going to do a layer of gel top coat, glossy gel top coat, across all 5. And usually over a character, I would do a matte top coat, but the black and the white just really like the intensity of the gloss. And then I'm going to press some crystals, some pink and silver crystals into that jewelry gel that's along the top of the marble nails. So I've got 3 large crystals and 4 small crystals on the ring, and 1 medium and 2 small on the pinky. After those are cured though, they're all done. See those little hearts underneath? They show up really well on the ones that have the darker background, like the index, middle, and pinky nails. They show up so pretty. And it's nice to have a little surprise. Speaking of surprises, here is a Melody Minutes.
Chocolate on it.
It does have chocolate on it.
Right there.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what makes it so yummy.
I have more chow.
I don't think you need any more chow. How about we have some tomorrow?
No.
Yeah. So now you guys know the way to win over Melody's heart is with chocolate. Pretty much, that's the way it works. I hope you guys love this design. I'll put all the double dip information in the description box below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!